Yo, what's up, guys? This is QB from the Chopper Express. Long time no see. Been kind of busy lately, so sorry for not getting at the videos, but trying to get back on track. And this time, I want to bring to you a new leader that's coming out this weekend. It won't be for play for the Treasure Cup this weekend, but it just another yellow leader along with a Luffy that I'll probably try to bring it on sometime during the week as well. But first off, I want to give the new leader Yamato, which we're going to be is the structure deck 9. Basically, what this leader does is when you have 2 or less life, if you have a Dawn under it, it becomes 6 on your opponent's turn. So basically, now it turns into Whitebeard when you're at less than 2 life. But also playing yellow cards, you can kind of like go back and forth. And there are some other cards that came out in Structure Deck 9 that also have 2 life effects. Have when you're at 2 life effects, which kind of help you benefit. This is kind of a list that I actually brewed this list I found online that I kind of want to try out, kind of see how the deck played, kind of try and understand it, and just see is it any better than the other leaders we already have, and also just trying to test out some of the other yellow cards that we're getting in that set, in that structure deck, to see how they kind of fit in as well. Just to go through the list, she's a 5 lifer, yellow, mono. For 2Ks, play as Sanji. Triggers, we have Cracker, Smoothie, just like staple Charlotte cards, Cracker, Smoothie, Pudding, because we're playing a lot of the Big Mom Pirate cards, Pearl Sparrow, Drusen. This kind of like staple yellow stuff, kind of at this point. Kakuri, somebody is kind of like your highest top end in the deck. You can't play Big Mom in this deck, so it's the highest one you can get. Basically, they're shared at like out cards. I think that's some of the things that Yellow struggles with right now is making sure you don't have enough cards to actually just out cards without having to attack them all the time. We are playing 4 Kakuri. So far when I've been testing this deck, it feels a lot more like a tempo based deck. You can call it like Whitebeard, Yellow Whitebeard, or something like that, but it just feels more tempo based. Like you just want to use your minions to apply pressure, so then your opponents try and trade with your minions, which means they're going to trade with your face. So then it gives you a little bit more time for your leader to get set up, and also just to have big bodies, essentially. Kind of how like Whitebeard does, it feels like. You kind of just play big bodies, one curve, and then this one specifically has rush, so so far I've been choosing to go second a lot against most decks. You can choose to go first against those matchups where you just don't want them to have that going first curve, and you have a lot of odd cards that can work in your favor in that sense. But typically I choose to go second just because I think this is probably the best turn 2 play that the deck has right now. I don't think going second, if I want to be playing like a Pearl Sparrow or something like that, I just don't think you kind of get the value out of your model that way. I think you just want to take that first life and then be able to play Katakuri. Now you've gotten either 2 cards or a life and a card on your opponent, and now you're kind of like back in the game saying they kind of have to trade into this card because it's just statted really well. 2K counter Pudding, 4 Charlotte Linlin. Like I said, you can't play 10 drop in this deck, so this is just some of the better yellow top end. I'm playing 2 of the Kazuki ODEN, so this is another card coming down the structure deck. What this card does is Dawn under it gains double attack, so deals 2 damage, and then on KO you can trash 2 cards to gain a life. Cards that have like on KO effects like this that also give you a life, but this also helps you like kind of close the gap, because sometimes in some matchups you may want to take life in order to get your effect off, and also just have a lot of cards in hand, kind of like how Whitebeard does. But in other matchups, in those type of matchups, Cracker and ODEN kind of help you catch up on life in like one swing, or force blockers, because they don't actually want to take the damage. So I think these 2 cards are kind of like how you quote unquote deal with blockers. You kind of just say, hey, do you really want to take 2 damage right now? And that's kind of how you play it. This is probably actually the most important card that came out for yellow in the structure deck, in my opinion. It's probably this 5/7 vanilla, just because like yellow didn't really have a 5 Dawn or 6 Dawn play. It felt like a lot of the time it felt like you were kind of just like putting Dawn under your dudes and swinging, because you couldn't like really put a minion that kind of mattered onto the board. But now you have the Yamato that's coming out. That's just a 5/7 vanilla. I think in set 4 we get the 6/8 Pearl Sparrow. For now, I think this card's really strong, especially because against like Whitebeard and things like that, you want to have this just well statted, easily swings into Whitebeard, and it kind of just replaces the 4/6 vanilla that we were playing last format. 4 Thunderbolt. Like I said, you're playing Yamato, it kind of don't matter if you go to 2 life or not, but also, so like you don't really feel as if it matters sometimes. You kind of you need to be able to hit important cards. The same thing is like yellow kind of struggles with outing cards for low cost essentially. And then another new card that's coming out in the next set is Narikabura Arrow. Basically, it's and this deck is kind of like Rad Beam for the deck, but it's all this way. If you have less than 2 life, you can give one of your opponent's leader characters -3,000 for the turn. And then it still has the trigger effect that Sovereignty has, where if you trash 2 cards from your hand to place one, to yourself another life. So we'll kind of get into it, see how many games we can get in. I'm trying to have like a super long video, but we're trying to see how many games we can get in. Let's see. Yeah, so I've probably played like 3 or 4 games of the deck so far, kind of just trying to understand the tempo of the deck, how it plays, and hopefully we can get a game up and coming soon. So playing as Kid, so we'll go ahead and just try and go second. Like I said, we kind of want to, I think, going second is kind of what you want to do, mostly because you can get that extra swing. Like I said, Katakuri is probably the best card in the deck, so we'll just see how this goes. I'm going to assume he's probably playing like the film version. That's what most people play. Go ahead, I think we're just going to take the 2K counter. Yeah, we'll just take the 2K counter for now. We should be able to catch up. Since you have no turn 1 play, need the first damage. I think the only thing I feel about yellow so far is sometimes it feels like you have to get lucky, but so far in testing I haven't really felt like that with this deck. It feels like a lot of it you can kind of just like press the game a little bit. So my opponent is playing around the Katakuri, which is fine. I'll just go ahead and check for 5. I'll probably end up taking it just so we can like not have to play around the rest of the game. Or he might just punk Gibson and get the value. I don't know. So you play Paradise, I guess. We'll just play Cracker. I think the thing about this is we can kind of just say we can protect the Cracker if he ends up having to like rest it and try and swing into it for 6. With if he someone's like Yamato or something like that, or Izo. I don't know if I'm protecting it if it goes to 7 though. If he goes to 7, I just don't think it's worth the value in this sense. We have more threats coming out, and it's not like the card really did anything. But he is going to swing 5 of my leader. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'll use the trigger effect to pop the Capone. Now I go swing 7. That's just kind of like how do I do this. If he doesn't play another minion, then we kind of need to be able to. I don't want to get greedy. I could get greedy and play the Katakuri, but I think there is a chance that we could play into the Punk Gibson. But I think it might be worth it. I kind of actually just want to see what's up in my life too, to see if I can take this next life. I'm going to put this on the bottom, I think. I don't need counter right now, so hoping that surprise counter in the game at the end of the game couldn't come up. Go ahead and attack for 7. If we get Punk Gibson, we get Punk Gibson. I think it's fine. Forces it out now. And then we're still like, we can either pass here or say that we hit the 6K. Guess I didn't rest my card. Should swing 5. It seems like my client's probably still kind of learning what his card's going to do, I guess, because not resting, or he just fast clicked, not resting on the Katakuri when he had the chance to maybe come back to buy him, but it seems like he may have hit the trigger of life or something like that. Maybe Punk Gibson. Yeah. We already counted on cards. I think we're pretty, I don't want to say far ahead, but I think we're kind of like in a position where if we protect our board, we should be in a good position. We should be able to like be in a good position. So he can have a pudding if he wants. Sure. Again, he's doing this, so I will go ahead and take this, just for the fact that, like I said, we're just gonna force this again. But we don't really mind if we go down to life. We turn all the cards right hand, and then we just let these cards pressure. So we'll go ahead and swing 7, just try and get this damage in. If he lets me, or if his last card's playing Gibson, then well, I don't think he's too far ahead. We could just like, I think we're just gonna try and press a 7. This is fine. Can we take my friend? Life or death? So, this is, I think he gave us so many cards early. He has his hand, honestly, looking back, his hand wasn't that really that good, to be honest. He had Capone, Gibson, Usopp, Outfall, and then he drew into another Gibson Isho. And he had like these two, so now we have Luffy on the board. Card's not like super relevant, just because like I don't really attacking anything. Again, we'll let him do this. Gives us good swings. I will protect here for 5k. Well, you don't want to take this damage if you don't have to. Just try this cracker swing again. Swing 7. It's a misplay on my part. I'm supposed to summon Kakarot before this, just so I can get the rusher now. But no, I guess I can't do that, so I think we're also at a point in the game where we can kind of just be aggressive. Like, we could play for board. Probably should play for board, but kind of see what he does here. That's fine then. I'll go ahead and try and get rid of this pick real quick, just because I think if we just limit the number of attackers that he has, then we can just if we limit the number of attackers, then odds are we never die. We do this, play that, and then I'm gonna play Smoothie over Barrow, just because we have the one toned up for Nakabara. We could play Barrow, but I think we're going for game this following turn. Even if he goes up this big play, I think we're just going for game. So I think he's just kind of probably going to be playing the kid deck more than likely. I think just some of these choppers just don't really do anything for him. I'll probably try and get another game after this, and hopefully get something a little bit more. I won't say more, but I'm going to take this just to turn on later. So we'll take this one as a quick dub here, but just so good. So there's no cards. Nothing really do. To be honest, probably working. Forgot vulnerability. So from here, we'll just do good numbers. This one will also do good numbers. So let's see if we can get another game in. Kind of really matter. We're kind of just trying to see how the deck plays. Like I said, I think it's more of a tempo-based deck. Kind of more aggressive than the other yellow decks. I don't know if it's better than Katakuri just yet. I think you can play the same as playing Katakuri and probably see a better. And you might feel like you see a better like result just because Katakuri has that 2K plus versus like. I haven't played enough games to find out whether or not the end-game 6K attack on both turns is worth more than being able to swing 7 continuously throughout the game. But so far, I kind of feel like it's really strong though. Like, being able to basically take damage if you really want to, if your opponent's swing well. So this is one of the matchups that like I'm still testing out. I've like played it a couple times, and I feel like because you don't have 10 drop big man in your hand, you have to be the aggressor in this matchup, I think. But it's kind of hard. So we'll just see how it goes. So short this. I think this is the best card to get. Oh, I can't get this card. I think we all know that. Put him up here. So maybe that's what we thought of it. We could get smoothie, but like I feel like I have Thumbing already turned 4 plays. Like I just went easy out to something on 5 more than likely. Like I don't know. I could probably do this play in the future, but I just want something that I can out pretty easily. So just having an option probably I think it's good in the future. No turn play. Let's swing 5. This one kind of cool if he does actually, because I actually want to be behind my life most of the game and be able to catch up. So 7, he's going to look at one in his life. Usually you're trying to look at mine. He gets to the top. He's probably not a trigger, so I'm taking it regardless. Prospero. This probably comes in my knowledge. Like I never played a lot of mirrors. Usually how I play against the other deck is I would probably just swing the first 5 right here. Swing 5 first just to see how he decides to play it. I don't have Katakuri, so that's fine. It's probably the only card I want. This is Yamato. He protects. I think I'm just gonna swing another 5. I think I just kinda like want to get cards out of his hand. He's going to defend that aggressively and then play Cracker as like a just, and then I'll probably end up giving it the pair square on the first swing. I'm kind of okay with this, I think, because he's just going to swing 7 into it. Like he's on down 6, so there's not really a 6 turn play right now. Like he might be playing Ola, so this is just like 4, and then I think I kind of hopefully divert him from swinging into my life. We'll get this. Kind of still looking for Big Man. I think Big Man's kind of like the card that kind of like helps us in this matchup, but kind of just hoping that like doing this will kind of divert him. But it doesn't seem like he's just going to want to swing that 7 at my life, and I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I think whatever reason I want to take it is just because, well, his is on Cracker, but that's kind of like what I got in mind. You can either, I think this makes it better when we get the Thunderbolt now. I don't know if I want to do this or not. I do kind of want to go back up because I'm going to probably have the Thunderbolt as Cracker, so I think I'm going, but that's discard 2 cards, so I don't think I'm going to discard 2 cards yet. I'll keep it. I think it's good, but I just don't want to discard 2 cards right now. ODEN's really good. Let's have 5 here. ODEN's solid. I think that the only problem is it plays into his 8 drop really easily, so we'll probably just go wide this turn. Or maybe I don't swing this just yet. If I'm going wide, then I need to clear a lot of stuff. So this is a dawn, so we're going to 6. 2 for Thunderbolt probably, so I'm going to 4. 2 for the Mars, so I'm going to 2. So it's probably just putting Thunderbolt on this one. Usually don't like to start like this, but kind of want to get cards out of his hand if possible. And then we'll kind of see what he does. The only thing is I don't like about this is I'm not actually gaining board in this situation. I'm not actually adding people to the board that he actually has to deal with the next turn. Even if I pop this and do 7, I mean, I'll go ahead and do this. I did want to get the Odin down, but got lucky to hit anything off the life, I guess. We'll do this. We lost. I guess we could let him attack. But now we're a 6k leader, which could help us in the long run. Strucin is probably just better than the rest of the cards. So now we're 6k body. Now our counters can kind of trade favorably into the Kakuri. And now, because now whenever he plays on curve, as long as we put a Dom under it, we should be able to. Actually, no, because he can go. Yeah. Because he can go stack, put us at 1. So now he's going to swing 7, probably swing 7 at the cracker. I think I want to protect it. I think I want to protect it and I want to take my own life. I'll go ahead and protect it. I could have. I don't think cracker. I'll go ahead and protect it in this sense, just because I think he's going to play Big Mom. And the thing with that is I'm going to be able to go. I want to be able to take my own life, and then, or I could give him a life. Never mind, he's not doing that. Instead, Fuku is. I'm going to go ahead and set it up. Because I kind of want to be able to get my Yamato back to 6k. Just because if you 10 drop Big Moms, it kind of gets annoying. But I also kind of want to get Odin up, because I think if you 10 drop Big Mom, Odin kind of gets us 10 drop Big Mom pretty well, actually. Which I feel is annoying, because it probably means you're not playing 10 drop Big Mom, or you just never played that Fuku. I'm going to go ahead and. I'm going to go ahead and play Katakuri. I'm going to stack this probably to the top of his life just because it's a 1k and I feel like if I'm swinging 7 at his life, actually, what we might do is we might go ahead and put this on the bottom of his life. We'll swing 5. The reason I want to do this is just because I kind of want to keep my cracker up for when the clap on the backswing. Like I want to be able to. Like I could put this under. I should have probably put this under there, but another pair. I pitched a Big Mom, so he probably has another Big Mom. But can I just want to swing 5? I'll probably put this under there. I'll swing 5, and I know it's kind of like after the fact, just like, dang, why did you may be saying like, even that, it probably is on me too. Like, why would you swing 5 and then put it under? I feel like if I swing 5, there is a threat of like putting it under the cracker, and I think that threat made him want to take the 5 because he was like, I just don't want to take this from cracker, which is like fine. I don't think the cracker's really doing anything anymore. I think we really want to keep this cracker actually. I will try to keep this cracker. We have to be able to apply pressure, which means we might have to go for game. And if we're going for game, we might need this cracker actually. Yeah, he's doing a Big Mom turn, so we'll just try and protect the cracker if possible. Because it's just the Big Mom turn. And then we're probably going to go for game, because he has too many attackers and this deck doesn't play like a lot of the deck doesn't play actually a lot of any blockers or anything like that, and so we'll probably just see how it goes. So it's not Big Mom. So he swung 5, and it's not 10 drop. So he kind of, to me, that tells me that he probably doesn't have enough counter power to where if I swing out, it's Brule. To me, that tells me if he doesn't have enough counter power, so like he doesn't have enough counter power to where like if he taps off for Big Mom, that I won't be able to just trade over everything. Maybe, I don't know. So he's going to swing at the cracker again. Where's my goal life with this one? So there's a couple things we can do, maybe. I don't think any of them are good. I think he's leaving up 2 for sovereignty. This gotta go, unfortunately. Katakuri's kind of bad. I just don't think we can, at the moment, do anything that's, like, profitable. Like, we are 2 life, so we kind of need to set up an OTK shot next turn. Probably means it's this, so... It's hard, because I kind of want to be able to, like, this is 8 mana, but I need to establish this card, because this card is like the card that kind of like brings me back if I get Big Mommed. So that's 7. So 2 Dawn to work with, because I want to leave 1 out for this. Guess we'll just take the free swing here. It's not like a big attacker, but it'll be annoying. I kind of don't know if I want to care about these either. If these are swinging for more than 5, then like it doesn't really matter. I'm not sure. I kind of want to clear 1 though. So he does the Brule. Because the Brule kind of defines everything. Because if he doesn't swing, I don't know. Just try not to die. But the problem is right now I have 1 card. So he gave up 2 cards to keep it. So he thinks he's probably planning on going for game himself next turn. Let's see if we can get the Brule out of him. That's probably Sovereignty, but Sovereignty's one of those games where I don't think there's a lot I can do in this situation. The question is, does this card really get me there? We grab Strusen. We could beat this Strusen. Because what we gotta think that like we're getting swung on twice. I just think putting this up is probably the best. Because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5 swings. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, then maybe 5. And it still kind of like puts pressure again. It puts a double strike on board versus a Big Mom play. I think a Big Mom play would be kind of dangerous, but kind of also means we don't take any damage this turn. I think that's the most important part. Life. Do we give him a life? If we take a life, it's the same thing. He can put 3 here. 3 here is 9. I'm at 6. I don't think the game's lasting much longer, so I think I'm just gonna take it, dude. Oh my god, I needed to keep keeping these lives because I just hit 2 Thunderbolts in my life. Or I had a Thunderbolt in my life, and I don't know, I had 2 Thunderbolts out of my life this game. So 7/7. I kind of want to take it because I don't think there's more than 1 turn left, and yeah, I don't think there's more than 1 turn left. So now I have to kill him. He's showing 7k. Okay. I just don't think we ever win here. We have, what, 3, 5, 5. I think the only thing we can do is play like it's not Because we have 5 attacks, so then this 5 needs to go 3 for 1. So it's probably just 8 on this. This either forces the block or... Ooh. If I run Mochi, I haven't tested that card actually, maybe it's good. Maybe it's a card I just add to the list as a testable card. So now we can either, I just don't know if we're playing around this freaking, the only way to play around it is, I have 2 Dawn, so I can go 1 Dawn here. Maybe we just have to see. So now all 3 need to hit. I guess we start here. We know that was a brick. I think it's just one of those where like he held though. Yeah, that was one of those where he just holds till I tap out. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of me was just like kind of probably getting greedy with my life a little bit. I thunderbolted early to get rid of a cracker, and then I also missed another thunderbolt to hit the brulee. So there's me probably getting kind of greedy with my life a little bit, but I think it's just something that we can learn from. So here we go. Back to just look at the deck and think about my thoughts a little bit. So today we got to play against the kid player, and then we got to play against Katakuri. So the mirror is kind of weird. I just feel like maybe it's just me trying to adjust to the playstyle of the mirror. I did feel as if I took the Thunderbolt early, and I probably could have took Smoothie, but hitting the cracker felt impactful at the time. But also, I think the fact that you're first to play your 7-drop, and then your 7-drop is countered by their 8-drop, and then you have to counter their 8-drop with your own 8-drop, or else you just kind of fall behind. I think that kind of set me back. I think also I should have got down ODEN a little bit earlier. I think I played around the 8-drop, and playing around the 8-drop, I made a smaller play. I also could have just swung, tied us up, and then like kept my crackers standing and have Odin and cracker. I think I have some ways I could have played it better, but I think overall the deck has a lot of work to, there's a lot of things that you can do better, a lot of things I could have done better, and I think it's a lot of play style that you could do. I think it also has having access to Arrow and having access to the Odin. Like you could play the same list with a different leader, like a different Kakuri leader. But I think this style seems kind of aggressive, and you know that's kind of how the meta is right now. Just be able to say that like your minions are your blockers, but sometimes it feels like you run out of steam if you don't hit good triggers off life. So some of it may be a little luck based, but it's not. So that's it for today. Like I said, we're bringing more videos now, trying to be more consistent. Later this week, we'll try and give you a Luffy video of the new Black Luffy with some of their new cards and see how they kind of work and see how they could impact the meta. But I think overall, I appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks for joining me, and hope you all enjoy the vid. Thank you.